Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on. And as it is the 16th of June, we are watching Windtalkers from 2002, directed by John Woo and starring Nicolas Cage. So to begin with, I have seen this movie. It wasn't something that I actually went out and decided to watch on my own validity. It was part of a apartment-wide rental. We had a mom and pop shop below the apartment building that we lived in, and we would frequently watch several movies throughout a weekend. And this was one of those titles. Again, me not being a huge Nicolas Cage fan, I believe the main reason that we got this movie was because of the fact that it is a John Woo picture. And like I had already mentioned, not only does this movie star Nicolas Cage, but it also stars Adam Beach, Roger Willie, Peter Stormare, Noah Emmerich, Mark Ruffalo, and Christian Slater. So, Marine Joe Enders, played by Nicolas Cage, is assigned to protect Ben Yanzi, who is played by Adam Beach, a Navajo code talker, the Marines' new secret weapon. Enders' orders are to protect his code talker, and if Yanzi would fall into enemy hands, he is to protect the code at all costs. Against the backdrop of the horrific Battle of Saipan, when capture is imminent, Enders is forced to make a decision. If he can't protect his fellow Marine, can he bring himself to kill to protect the code? So begin with, this is another movie in John Woo's lexicon of American quote-unquote version of movies. Early, he did Face Off with Nicolas Cage, followed by Broken Arrow with Christian Slater, and then eventually having those two actors combine their forces for this particular film. Now we're dealing with the effects of being in World War II. We definitely have a very interesting cast. We have a lot of faces that pop up that are like, oh, I didn't realize he was in this movie. Mainly when Mark Ruffalo's name popped up on the opening credits, I'm like, whoa, I don't remember Mark Ruffalo being in this movie. But that aside, it's a very cool little action film. Not really little as in like it's a tiny scale. It's huge scale. Just pyrotechnics alone are like astronomical in the effects that they do. This is very action oriented John Woo for sure. He doesn't do a lot of the gun-fu violence that he usually does. It's centered in more of a reality, but the uses of, like I said, pyrotechnics, there's a lot of gunplay. There are squibs galore being used in this. Fantastic stunts, like stuntmen being thrown from explosions from either landmines or tossed hand grenades or something like that. A lot of really cool fire effects, and this is definitely a stunt-oriented film when it comes to the visuals, that's for sure. When it comes down to the basics of the story, it's a very really cool insight into this portion of the Americans trying to get one up on the enemy, using the Navajos to basically send out radio transmissions in their language in code, and it's impossible for the Japanese to like even translate it from what they are understanding of what basically they hear. Oh, again, we're dealing with a Nicolas Cage-led film, so you get Nicolas Cage acting. He works as a very formidable lead in this role, a career Marine who, after a very what should be career-ending injury, strives to come back to get himself back involved in the war. And like I said, while this movie does happen during the conflict on Saipan, this is the day that they actually show up, which happens to be on June 16th, 1944, which is about 33 minutes into this 2-hour and 14-minute movie. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular episode and look off to the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow, which is June 17th, and that is going to be A Dry White Season from 1989. So until next time, go see a movie.